Alright guys, so today's the day we're going to install the Z1 Undershroud on the 350Z. So if you want to take a look down here, we have all the screws and bolts, which we'll get into shortly. But we have the whole service panel, the B piece and then the C piece laid out, and honestly it's a pretty easy job. There's like 15 screws in total going the length of this plastic part. So right now we're getting all the screwdrivers and the 10mm wrench out, and then we're going to remove the original plastic piece. We got the screws and the ratchet with the 10mm out, and we got gloves on. So we're gonna go over to the car. Alright, so we're under the car now. Got a screwdriver and we have to remove every one of these screws, and we got a magnetic dish to put them in. Alright, so we got most of the bolts out going along here, but it turns out we're going to need a flathead to pop this out. And then we're going to need a different sized ratchet for this, of course. But other than that, other than needing a couple more tools, it's looking pretty good so far. Alright, so we finally got the old plastic undershroud out, as you can see, and without too much difficulty, other than, where is it? Right here. The existing plastic was starting to get deteriorated a little bit, but other than that, all the hoses underneath look fine, thank God. And we got the old, where'd you put the plastic? The old piece right there, so saved for something in the future or trash. One other thing that we noticed in this packaging after taking the old plastic piece off is they give you all these extra black clips, and we're assuming that these existing OEM metal clips might not match up with the new silver bolts that they're giving us, so we're gonna try to put the new undershroud together and see what happens. We're looking at this and we're probably gonna leave. We looked at the bag of the new parts and they are actually metal clips that they give you. But we're probably gonna keep some of these existing clips and then replace some of the bad ones, like this one, which you can just pop off with some elbow grease and a screwdriver. And then we're going to start on the front part A. We determined these two. It comes with two of these longer bolts in the package, and we've figured out that they go up towards the service panel part. I know it's hard to see because I'm so zoomed in, but over here, and then the other one, it's supposed to go right here, but it looks like whoever owned this car before me, either them or whoever was working on it, got a bolt stuck in there, sawed the top off, and then drilled a new hole, which doesn't work with this bolt and isn't going to line up with the hole on the service panel. So we're going to try to get this old bolt out, which someone was too lazy to do before us. So hopefully that's going to work out. What we ended up needing to do was actually just completely create a new thread in that old bolt that was stuck in there, and that seemed to work, so that's what we're gonna go with. And now we're gonna go back to installing the front piece. Alright, so far panel A is almost complete. The bolt's only hand tightened so far. We're gonna move on to panel piece B. We were finally able to get it loosely bolted on, but what we had to do was unscrew the front part, take it off, and then connect the panels A and B with these. And we thought the two long screws were supposed to go here and here, but they didn't fit in the thread housing, so we just had to use the old screws, the OEM screws on these two parts. And other than that, if you're doing this, seriously make sure you do this front row, or this middle row first, and then screw these two pieces on collectively. And then this last part is honestly the easiest part. This just interlocks with the two flat flaps from each side, and then we're ready to bolt it down. But yeah, I think it looks really good. This really took longer than I expected. It's probably took a total of like 3 hours. Well, 2 hours. I don't know what time it is, but I think it looks really sharp. And for the price of less than $200, I think it's well worth the install. And then from the front, here, top down, you can see the nice Z1 logo. And it honestly looks so clean. What I might do, because I have some extra bolts, is replacing these two rusted ones on that side and that side. But other than that, I think this is done. So I think the next video is coming up is either an exhaust or an oil cooler. So if any of those interest you or you like this content, go ahead and like and subscribe for more videos in the future.